Any other? Yes.
Studies that have been done with, let's say, gay men to boys compared to heterosexual problems. That's just something.
No, that's a good question and a very big question. There are all kinds of studies, I think, that have been working on that. I mean, the situation in the Roman Catholic Church has been a very interesting one. First of all, they have celibacy, so people can't marry, which I think is a tragic mistake. And Luther tried to correct that and did so for much of the church, but not for the Roman Catholic Church itself. I think that the Roman Catholic priesthood has been kind of a, I don't know, a place of safety and security for homosexual people. You can't marry. You know, if you're wherever you're not going to marry, you get into, you become a priest. Then priests have a very close relationships, working with altar boys and all this kind of stuff. So they get into these very close relationships that set up conditions where temptation can be strong. I don't know what the percentage of Roman Catholic priests is who are homosexual by orientation, but I've heard estimates that's much higher than in the general population. I don't know about that. I think that whole issue of the Roman Catholic churches dealing with issues of sexuality needs to be revised. Same on the thing on contraception, for example. I think contraception is a gift of God to people. And that the Roman Catholic Church again there has. And also, frankly, about masturbation. That there's a one page, maybe it's a controversial, the most controversial page, I don't know, in that Winsome Wisdom book that I quote a Roman Catholic priest who told me years ago, masturbation is God's gift to the celibate. I wish the Roman Catholic Church would affirm that, including for its priests. And to say that molesting little boys is not a gift of God. That's a sin, a terrible mistake. I think the Roman Catholic Church and its priesthood would be far better off if they had some different perspectives on these sexual questions. Now, I don't want to be self-righteous about that. We've got enough problems in the Lutheran Church too, but fortunately we haven't had many of these. Most of the problems in my years as bishop and knowing of other bishops have not been with pastors and children. They've been between adults. And I think we've learned some lessons there too. Yes. Yes, Betty.
But I object to the appropriation of the word gay for homosexuals because gay originally meant another thing, and I've always used it. You know,
Yes.
And I find it very confusing and not quite right.
I've had similar, again, I've had similar feelings about that, and especially when I had a colleague when I was at University Lutheran Church of Hope visitation pastor, Gerhard Frost, who everybody called gay. Gay Frost, everybody called him that. But I think it's too late for us, Betty, on that score. I think that word is now taken on a meaning that society has come to accept, and we may just have to learn to live with it.
As Christians, what should we do about our fellow evangelical Christian right members or been applicants, and this was definitely not an issue that we talked about, and we actually have a gay amendment?
Well,
everybody thinks it's right, and I work with the Christian organization.
Yeah, the thing is I've tried to share in my own pilgrimage that I've been there. I mean, we came up out of these things. I mean, I didn't go into all the detail that I've had about my change of mind on these questions, but I think we need to be understanding of these people. I wonder how my parents would feel about this. May they rest in peace. But I think these were issues that we just didn't know about, didn't understand them at all, and we have to be Bishop Spong, who likes to create controversy to sell books, I guess, or something, he said one of the problems with the churches in Africa and other parts of the world on this question is, he said, they're simply ignorant. Now, I wouldn't want to say that about people, but I think I would say they don't understand. And there were years of my life I didn't understand either. It was a long process for me. And I think we need to learn. It's easy to judge. It's hard to understand. And I think one of the best things we can do is to get to know gay and lesbian people. One other thing I brought with me today, I don't have enough copies to give you this, but maybe I could leave a copy here, and Howard or somebody, if you want it. This is a thing called One Family Story. This is a story about one of our ELCA bishops, Paul Eggerson. Their son Greg is gay. He tells this story of how they dealt with this when he first came out to them. And he has it set up in terms of the metaphorical thing of the days of creation. Day 1, deny it. Day 2, explain it. Day 3, fix it. Day 4, mourn it. Day 5, accept it. Day 6, celebrate it. I think that if maybe I should leave a copy of this with you. If next to meeting gay and lesbian people and hearing the story personally, I think it's stories like this that can be extremely helpful to us as we try to deal with this issue in a compassionate and kind and just way. Well, we're after 11 o'clock. I'm glad to stay here a long time if you want to stay some more. But I want to thank you very much, and God bless you all. Power to you.
As we worship, grant us vision till your love's revealing light in its height and depth and greatness dawns upon